Okay, guys, in this last video here for the selling to direct buyers, we're going to go over how to create the invoice so that way you guys get paid. And I'll show you how to create an invoice with PayPal. And then we're going to, for any of you guys that maybe don't have PayPal or something happened, you got banned on PayPal or you just don't want to use PayPal, you want like a direct wire, we'll show you a page that you can go to create an invoice as well and send it into your direct buyers that way. So either way through PayPal or through the software program. And let's just dive right in. So I've got my PayPal account open already right here. So if you want to see, so I'll show you right now first how to do the PayPal invoicing. So you're just going to log into your PayPal account. Most of you guys probably have a PayPal account. You're probably selling on eBay as well. You just go here to Tools. You're going to go to Invoicing. Okay. When you click on Invoicing, there's going to be a button that says Create an Invoice. You're just going to click on that. It's going to bring you to this page right here. Okay. So we're going to do type. We're going to do goods, right? Shippable goods. And we're going to put in the email for your direct buyer. So in this situation, we've got info and payment. We click that tab, and it's right here. Email. Is this the email you prefer to use if they need to, David?
No, actually, if you scroll up a little bit,
this sales at Zelphone.com.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So whatever email your direct buyer is, you're going to put right there for the bill to. And I'm just using David's as an example because he's right here making the video with me. So bill to sales at Zelphone. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to add in the description of all the phones we're selling. So I made this little list right here for that first video we did. So I'm going to put those phones in. This is one of the phones we're selling them. Just to save a little time, I'm going to copy and paste. You paste the phone in. And then under the detailed description, this is where you want the IMEI. Is that correct, David?
Correct. Yes.
Most direct buyers are going to ask you to put the IMEI of the phone you're going to send in on the invoice, so that way they can track everything. So you're going to put that in. This is an iPhone X 512 gigabyte. Let me just find that phone really quick. There we go. So type in the IMEI. Okay, and then the price was $520 on that. You're going to get that off the direct buyer sheet, remember? There you go. And then you're just going to move on to the next one. Right. So you can add another line item right here. We would obviously keep going. Next one is going to be this. I guess I'll just do these first three as an example. And then IMEI. Just to save time, I'm not going to put the IMEIs of each one of these phones just so I don't take up the time in the video. But then that one was for a price was $500. Okay, $500. And PayPal kind of tallies all these up for you, which is nice, right? It's going to just add the total. And then we had this one's a multiple quantity, so I'll show you how to do this one. iPhone 7. So I put the grade in there, right? iPhone 7 Plus for Sprint, grade A. That way the direct buyer clearly knows exactly what you're going to send in. And is this all how you want it done, David? Am I doing this all right?
Perfect.
Okay,
exactly.
And this is going to be $150 each. So now in this one we have the quantity. The other one we were only doing one phone, but remember we have 8 of these iPhone 7, so we're going to put quantity 8 there. And then PayPal already does the math, which is the cool thing about these PayPal invoices. And boom, now we've got that value there. And you continue to keep going until you're done with the invoice, right? You don't really need to put terms and conditions. You can just say payment will be made once phones are received or something like that. You put a little note to your direct buyer if you really want to or anything. But basically, you can preview the invoice before you send it out if you want. This is what it's going to look like, right? So obviously, we're going to have a few more phones on here. We're going to have the IMEIs. That's what you could do now. You can save this as a template. So in the future, when you send to your direct buyer, you just use that template, right? I'll just put Zelphone template. And then you don't have to constantly make it up. It will have it, all laid out. It'll say IMEI, and then you can just edit the things that you already have on there, but it'll have the email that you're sending it to. And then that's it. Then you just go to send, right? Now I'm not going to hit send right now because we're not finished with the invoice, but you would just hit send, and you can also share the link as well. So we'll give you a link right here. See, there's a share invoice link. So you can copy this link and then you can send it to your direct buyer through either Facebook Messenger or through email, however you want for them to pay the invoice, however they ask you. Okay. In this situation, I know David is pretty active on Facebook. He takes a lot of messages on Facebook. If you want to message him on Facebook, you can message David Becerra. His name is right there in the video. If you want to message through text, again, their info is all right there. Most of your direct buyers are going to have the info right on that sheet. He's got his WhatsApp, cell phone number, so you can send him the invoice right there or the email. So that's pretty much it as far as the invoice. Anything I'm forgetting there, David?
Oh yeah, I'd just like to add in that when dealing with PayPal invoices, at least with us through Zelphone, we actually pay them immediately. So if say you were going to send that invoice and you actually sent it, all you have to do is let us know, hey David, I'm so and so from such and such. I just sent you an invoice. Could you check it out? And we would go ahead and check it out and pay before you ship. And
so if it's a PayPal invoice, you'll pay before they ship.
Yes, we prepay that. So it really helps out. Maybe if you don't have a lot of cash to work with flipping phones, this is great for getting that capital back and getting more phones. But if there is any problems with the phones after you receive them, we work it out at that point.
That's fantastic. So that way they can have cash, they can flip quicker, and they don't have to worry about eBay. They're able to rotate the money quickly.
Right, and that's why it's really important to grade the phones properly as well, because you just don't want any problems with shipments after
sure, like if you pay it, you get the phone and it's not the condition, right?
Right.
What would happen in that situation? What do you do if there is just a mistake? It could be an honest mistake or something, maybe.
So typically when there's a problem with the phone, we will send you a copy of your invoice with the problem listed, as well as if like applicable. Shit, I'm so sorry, man. You're gonna have to cut that.
That's okay. No. There's no cutting with the videos, but don't worry about it. It's okay. Go.
Anyways, so you would have to then. You know what? I just lost where you were, man. I'm so sorry.
No. It's okay. Don't worry. Everything was great. If there is a mistake, how do you handle it? That was it.
So if there's a mistake, pretty much we'll send you a breakdown of what the problem was and pictures for proof, or say there was a chip on the corner of the glass. We're going to send you a picture of that, just so just peace of mind that that we're not just making something up or anything like that. But yeah, we'll send you a breakdown, and if you're cool with the deductions, or if you're like okay, maybe this phone is $20 less, you can either say, okay, yeah, that's fine, I'll send you the $20 back. Or if you're not okay with that and you think that maybe, maybe I can sell this phone for a little bit more than that on eBay, we'll return it to you free of cost. Just as we'll expect a refund. That's all.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's see. Anything else that we should know about them sending in?
No, yeah, just make sure you grade your phones properly, and it should go very smoothly with any direct buyer.
Oh, the other invoicing. Let's talk about that for a second. So if you don't want to use a PayPal invoice and you want to do a bank wire, right? Because you do bank wires as well if they want to skip any fees. Okay, so you can go to invoice-generator.com. Is this the right one right here, David?
Yes, that is the right one.
And you guys can go ahead and create an invoice using this page. It looks like it's free. Is that right?
Yeah, no, it's completely free.
Yeah. So it's free. You just put your information, and it's just like filling out the PayPal invoice. Same exact thing. You put the description. You got your line items right there. You could just put the IMEI next to it instead of underneath it on this one here. You're going to put the email for your direct buyer under bill to. Same thing. And then you can go ahead and send the invoice to them, and they can wire the information right to your bank account. But they need, in that situation, they need to send the phones first. Is that right?
Right. So if you are trying to avoid PayPal fees or avoid PayPal and all, we do expect you to ship the phones first. We will inspect them and send you a breakdown and pay to your choice of payment, pretty much, which really only consists of either through a bank wire, or we can pay PayPal friends and family. So that way you don't get hit with that 3%.
So
So
if they want a
it
little
can
bit of
definitely
delay in
add
the
up.
payment, they can get it with, so they don't have to pay any fees to save a little money. So if they
Right.
have some good cash flow saved up in the bank and they're not worried about rotating cash immediately, they can make a little bit more by getting a
Exactly.
direct wire or a PayPal friends and family. And if not, if they need the cash, they got to rotate it and they're willing to pay just a small PayPal fee. You'll pay them up front on the invoice and then they send it in basically, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, great. And how do you, is there anything you need for the bank wire transfer? If anybody has a question on that, what do you do about that?
So typically, the information we just need is your full name, your account number, your routing number, and your address, and we can usually get you wired. But typically, we try not to process wires that are under like about $2,000, because it does cost us. And if you're only sending one phone, it doesn't really make sense for any private buyer actually to send you a wire transfer for a small amount. But you know, all buyers are different, so
Okay.
you'll
So,
have to check.
if it's going to be a wire, preferably, it's a $4,000 or $5,000 order or something of that nature,
Yeah,
3,000.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. Got it. Great. I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed these videos on direct buyers. If you can make, if you could sell even just 5 or 6 phones a week to a direct buyer, you could save yourself maybe $50 a phone. That can add up to an extra $1,000 a month in profit, and a little bit less hassle, and you can rotate your money faster. And for some of you guys, you might just want to skip eBay and just sell the direct buyers, even though you make a little less profit, but you can move your money. That might mean more to you guys. So you can make the decisions now that you know this on how to move forward with that. And I hope you guys do great and this was helpful and make a lot of money. And thank you very much, David, for spending your time, with us here and being part of the course. So that way,
definitely,
the members can now have an alternative way to make some extra money rather than eBay.
definitely, no problem.
Awesome. I think that pretty much concludes it. Can you think of anything else that they should know before we wrap that up, or is that about it?
That's about it. Just make sure to always include your IMEI numbers as well in every invoice. Just because no matter who you're sending to, they're going to need to be able to track what phone is to what invoice. So that's also something that's very important.
Okay, so make sure to get the IMEI condition right. And at first it might be a little bit of a learning curve, but your direct buyers, they'll coach you and they'll work with you, as long as you're reasonable. If you do make a mistake, just be honest about the mistake. Direct buyers, they don't want to burn you, especially someone that's reputable. They want to, most good direct buyers that I know, they do have good intentions and they want to keep the relationship. They want you to sell more phones. So they're going to want to take care of you. But if they're working on very small margins. They don't make much profit on each phone. So, they have to be exact with those gradings, because that grading makes a difference. They might end up losing money on a phone if the grading is off. So that's why, don't beat your direct buyers up. If for some reason there is a mistake and they're asking, usually it's not because they're being dishonest. They just genuinely can't take the hit on the phone because they're making such small profits on each phone that there's no room to go from A or B and be lenient about that too much. So be forgiving with them and you'll have a good relationship with your direct buyer and you guys can all make lots of money together in the future. So that said, I hope this is helpful for you guys. Thank you again, David, and see you in the next video.